Looks cute, isn't it? Look better. So choosing any of the vinyasa tracks is a great way to go. On my Spotify account, the public playlists that are there, are by month and year. Those are Kundalini. Good morning. And by, it'll say vinyasa in capital letters and then some lowercase title. So any of those will be a good 90-minute ride. Today, I know that I'm listening to vinyasa Extend Me, which is a little bit more of a languid sort of ride. Starting to put one earbud in so I can hear that and hear us and let it all fit together so that we're a little bit more connected. If you ever practiced with me in the studio, the use of the music was really important. It was my assistant teacher. And so make sure that you use that resource that's available. All that on Spotify is available for you. I would imagine there are probably 20 vinyasas in there. And we've got at least 4 years of Kundalini stacked inside. So set yourself up with a playlist. As I said, I'm on Vinyasa Extend Me. And then a blanket and 2 blocks will be where we go. And the idea today is sort of the way in which you can compress a material, and if it's living material, there's a space that you can't go any further, and when you let go, it lets it out, right? Like if you were to hold a sponge or a piece of styrofoam, tight, when you let go, it opens out. And so as I was thinking over the week, it's just felt there's so much going on. And we've been sheltering in place, and it might have been just me, but this sensation, just the sides of my world coming in, and just getting so stuck in this shape that all I could think was get a little bit further of a charge, and then it could open out. Because what I really wanted was the space in between where I was accustomed to living, and it just got smaller, and I forgot how to get back here. So the goal of today is a little bit of a charge, and then we let it out, especially through the hips, through the seats, and we'll bring it down into a breath. And then lastly, if I can do it nicely, then what we have going is about a 30-minute warm-up and start. And if you've been doing Kundalini all week with me, those 30 minutes are so important. Really, just a chance to get very, very physical, clean the system, and then you'll settle back into the energetics tomorrow. And so at 30 minutes, let it finish. At 60 minutes, there should be another spot. And at 90 minutes, we'll all conclude. So I was thinking about it like those big pieces of paper toweling, and they got smart enough that we don't always need a piece this big, and they put perforations so you can sort of tear off the size that fits your day. All right, loves. So with that said, I am on Extend Me, and I'm starting at Chopping the Woods. Chopping the Woods, East Forest is on our side today. Set your blocks aside. We'll start on the back, and if you choose, have a blanket beneath you. So that you've got some support through the back. And I'm going to hit this wall. We're going to go 3 inhales, similar to our Kundalini beginning. So palms together, feet flat. Inhale a third, inhale a third, inhale a third, exhale back together. So it goes in, out, in, out, in. Close your eyes. In the nose, out the mouth. In. Each inhalation, you are filling yourself a third further. Each exhalation, you're anchoring the soles of your feet, the navel. You're getting a little bigger through the chest. Out the nose. And it starts to call energy from the navel up into the chest. The feet are strong into the floor. We're just rebalancing our breathing, getting a little bit bigger with that exhale, getting a little bit stronger with the exhale. Inhale is growing, exhale is stronger. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 3 more. Keep filling the chest, bigger in, bigger in, bigger in. Last one, go in, out, down. Hands to thighs, bring your knees up to meet your hands. So heels to foot, the height of your knees. Press your tops of your knees into your palms. So you're not holding the knee, you're pressing into your hands. Press your hands into your thighs. Feel the low belly engage. Right hand overhead, right leg out. Exhale to touch. Inhale, exhale, in, out, in, out, in, out. If it's too much, keep your knees bent, keep your heels toward the floor, just tap the heels. Get a little quicker. Open, close, open, close. Through the navel. One more. Open, close, open, close. Good. Hands down. Lift your hips, palms under your seat, heels up. Inhale, your feet open. Exhale, they cross. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Flexing your feet. Space between your toes. Across. You can cross at the ankles. Or you can cross more deeply down through the base of your inner thighs. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Close your eyes. That these are as much to train our breathing as they are to begin to warm the body. Anchoring down into the navel as ever. I start there. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. In and out through the nose, strong sort of puffs of breath. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in. To roll yourself all the way up and over. And I'm turning my blankets. I have a long rectangle, and I'm going across the middle of the mat. Knees and shins go on the blanket. If you don't use that, that's great. If you just use your mat, fantastic. Round your back, up the chin, wag your tail. Drop your head further. Good. Releasing and rounding. Opening and closing. So the space you just activated with the crossing of your legs, you can roll that space open and close. For 3, so just starting right in the middle of the body. For 2, right in the middle of the breath. Put your feet flat, folding back towards your child. Stretch it out, lengthen it out, side to side, through the shoulders, through the hips. On your inhale, you will come to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, hips up, tail back. On your exhale, find a dog. You just start there. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. In. Exhale, dog. In, hands, knees. Out, child. Bigger, hands, knees. Out, down, dog. Hands, knees. And back. Good. Up. And back. We'll add our 3 O's as we fold the child. It will be an A through the belly, a U through the chest, an M through the head. Inhale, hands, knees, we go. And up. Hands, knees, breathing in. One more time, feeling the sound in your bones, in your tissues. Hands and knees. You can draw the right knee into the chest and sweep back to tap the toe to chest and back. Exhale, inhale, exhale. So lots of these repetitive movements this morning, just that they start to flush the breath and flush the joints. Good. They start to sort of provoke us. We get bored, or we want to move on, or we want it to change. We can just start to steady ourselves in their repetition. But the repetition can be more stabilizing than upsetting if we choose this. 3 and 2. Good. Step your right foot out the same height as your hip. So my right foot comes flat and my heel is in line with my hip. Come onto your fingertips. Tuck your left toes under. And we'll fold towards child. Fold towards child. Right foot is flat. Inhaling, coming back up. And then exhaling back. Tuck of the chin, drop of the head. So we build this charge, this repetition that seems to constrain us, but it can warm us, it can make space, and then we settle into what it gives us. One more time. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, folding. Little side to side now. A little bit side to side. Your ribs go side to side. Good. Coming up to the top. Step your right foot out outside of your right hand. Bend the left knee. Left hand out block. And the right hand comes up and makes a great circle. Let your hips come up and back. Let your front knee bend. Just start to take the right hip a little bit further. Up and up. Good, 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 good. One more. One more. And then stay. Left hand down. Roll the chest. If you choose, tuck your left toes under. Lift that left knee off the floor and turn your right ribs up, your left ribs down. Reach overhead, looking up. Strong through the left heel, strong into the right foot. Bring your right hand all the way down. Left knee down, step back. Downward facing dog, press it out. Downward facing dog, turn your head, turning side to side. And from there, you're going to come back down to hands and knees without your cat. And try and knee your chest and step back. Knee your chest and step back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. What if you were to begin to move like a prayer? Not the prayer that your family may have passed you, but just the softest, sweetest combination of movement and breath that connects you to you. And all the things you've carried around from the week, there's a little more space and a little more release. We stay with it, we stay steady. We begin to find that we have this certainty, this stability inside. Draw it up and step your left foot out. So I'll face you and you can see it more clearly. Left foot steps out in line with your hip. My right toes are tucked under, my hands are on the fingertips. Sit your seat back. Fold towards child. Inhale, rise up, heart comes forward. Good. Exhale, fold your hip towards your heel, reach out through your hands, drop your head. Good. Inhale, reach out. And exhale, fold back. And rise. One more. Into your body, into its limitations. Like a prayer. Like the smallest, softest conversation between you and you. Stay. Outer left foot to the floor. Little side to side through the ribs. You're making your way in. Making your way home. And then rising. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. Put your right hand on the block. Turn your left toes out to 10 o'clock. Turn your right hand out to 2 o'clock. And from here, begin a deep circle. The left hand helps to lift your hips back and bend. Up and over. And you take your time that there is a sweetness that we can feel, that we can find if we start to listen. But it's a tender, fragile thing that can be overshadowed in the midst of busyness and news, disorder. So as we move here, we start to reclaim this connection. Knee bends, left hand overhead, staying. Staying. Where does it offer relief? Breathe there. Tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee off the floor, firm your right leg, revolve the navel. Right hand down, left ribs revolve. Looking over the left thumb. Staying. Opening. Re-articulating back heel, front knee. And 2 hands down. Set your blocks forward, downward facing dog. Just find what you've made. That you're no longer simply at the surface, but you're starting to make your way in. Drop your head. Wrap your outer shoulders back. So you can even peel your thumbs up off the floor. You're peeling into the pinky edge of your hands. Roll your outer shoulders back. Roll your inner thighs back. You can have a bend in your knees and keep all that, then plug the thumbs in. And feel the whole front surface all the way down between your legs. Just feel it drawn back and back and back. And the whole back surface reaching forward. Good. Just look forward. Run the balls of your feet. Step your right foot forward. And as you step your right foot towards the left side of your mat, you'll step your left foot up behind you. And you'll cross. So the left foot is crossed behind the right. Bring your palms together. Rise up tall. Palms together, bring it down the middle. Let's reestablish YouTube. Great, my loves. So our left foot is crossed behind our right. We're great with this, watch. Hands up high, bring your palms back together, fold down. Step your left foot back to the right corner of the mat. So I've scissored myself. My left foot is on the right side, my right foot is on the left. Put your knee down. And as you bring your hands up high, you may wobble a moment, you're all right. And then hands come down. Your right foot steps back to the left back corner. And then high plank. Scissor your thighs, they are crossed. And downward facing down. Take your left foot, the back foot, step it to your right thumb. Bring your right knee down, 2 hands up. And then 2 hands down. Step your right foot up behind the left, fold in. Good. Palms together, elbows together, release at the top. Palms together, thumbs to the heart, set it down. Firm into your feet, scissor your thighs. From the legs, hands up. And then palms together, zip right down the middle. Step your right foot back to the left corner. Right knee down, hands up high. Inhale. And then exhale, hands down. Left foot steps back to the right corner. You're crossed over the thigh. High plank. Draw your heart forward. Strong legs. Down, down. Good. Your right foot steps to the left thumb. Good. Knee down. Hands up high. And then hands down. Step with your left foot behind your right. Fold. Palms together. Elbows together. Hands wide. Palms together. Hands to the heart. So inhale, release up and open. Palms together, down the middle, fold. Step your left foot back to the right corner. Left knee down, hands up. Look up. Hands down, breathing up. Right foot steps back, breathing in. High plank. Legs are crossed. Back leg is the left leg. Step it up to your right thumb and your right knee down. Inhale up, open, and down. Step your right foot behind your left, fold. Palms together, elbows together, release. Strong legs, palms together, sit it down. You go a little more quickly. We are moving energy through the body, moving heat, moving water. If it's too fast, if I go too fast, you go at your pace. Hands and reach up and open. Right here, you fold down. Let it move through you. Right foot steps back, right knee down. Hands high. Open. Hands down. Left foot steps back. Down, down. High plank, legs crossed. Down, down, legs crossed. Right foot steps to the left thumb. Left knee comes down, hands up. And fold to the floor. Back foot steps out, fold, cross. Palms together, inhale up. Thumbs to the heart, exhale. We go, ready? Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, left knee down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Right foot steps back, down, down. High plank, float. Down, down, press. Back foot steps to the right thumb, left knee down. Float up and down. Get a little more effortless. Step up, cross. Palms together, rising up. And palms together. You have to let go. We're holding on. We're trying to get it right. Full. Right foot steps back, right knee down. Let it go. Let it move through you. You're moving water. Step back, down, down. You're moving heat. Come forward. Down, down. Right foot steps to the left thumb, left knee down, sweep up and fold down. Back foot steps up, cross. Palms to touch, reach out, reach open. And palms to down. Inhale, we go. And fold. Step left foot back, left knee down, 2 hands up. Fold. Step your right foot back. High plank cross. Down, down. Back foot to your right thumb, right knee down. Hands up high and down. Stepping up, cross. Palms to touch. Thumbs to the heart last time. Here we go. Fold it up. And fold it down. Right foot steps back, right knee down. Rising. And folding. Count up. High plank. Count up. Right foot steps up. Left knee down. Hands up high. Listen now, hands down. Step back. Down dog. Legs uncrossed. Stand. Feel your heartbeat, feel it move through you, feel your arms long and your legs long and your body strong and proud. We make a current, and we become a part of the current, then we are participating. Oh. Looking forward, come onto your right fingertips, come onto your left fingertips, bend in the knees, walk your left foot a little closer, a little to the center, and then the right heel high. Look at the space between your thumbs, soften your knees, and wrap your outer left hip back and your inner left thigh back. Little bend in the top knee, keep it soft. Good. Right foot down to the center, left heel high, on your fingertips if you can, and then shift your weight back. It means open your armpits, it means lift through the palms, it means a little gaze forward, a little bit of a back bend, and wrap your right outer hip back and your right inner thigh back. And then softly bend and straighten that top leg. Aye, stand it down, knees wide, toes together, child's pose. Keep your fingers as they are. Inch your fingers forward, keep the palms lifted, keep the armpits open, drop your head, smooth forward. Mm-hmm. Palms down, downward facing dog. Take it back. Press. Your right foot will step up between your hands. Your left knee down to the floor. The top of your left foot goes flat. Walk your armpit into your knee. Right knee, right armpit. And then let your hips a little forward and back. And feel how your knee into your armpit actually lengthens your spine. Square the hips, square the chest, widen your fingertips out to the sides, and let that take your heart forward. Back of the neck is long. Good. Hands up high. Press the top of the back foot down. Hold opposite elbows, and go a little bit forward and back. Press the top of the back foot down. That'll send your left hip forward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, going down. Inhale, coming up. Press the top of the back foot down. And you control the forward and back with the bend of your right thigh. Go one more time. Lift your gaze to look up. Where does the ceiling meet the wall? And stay. And then release your hands. Palms face each other. Feel the armpit being lifted by your knee. Open the chest. Lengthen the body. Bend the right knee. And two hands downward facing. We are removing that chronic forward fold step back, downward facing down. Press your left hand down and away, your left hip high, your left heel back and down. With the base of each finger into the floor and wrap your outer shoulder back. Inner heel down on the left side. Left foot will step up and your right knee down. And your right top of foot flat. Nice and strong. Walk your left armpit into your left knee. So as you bring your knee a little forward and a little back and the hips rise and fall so slightly, you can start to take your spine forward, the back of your neck long, and widen your fingertips. Square the hips, square the chest, broaden the chest. Good. Rise up, hold opposite elbows. And then coming up through the hips and bending, breathing out. Inhale, coming up, a little wriggle into the elbows. Exhale as you bend, good. Inhale as you come up, press the top of your right foot down, send your right thigh forward, take your time. So you're slowly opening from the hip to the quadricep, down to the knee, go one more. Right knee, right hip, right elbow. Hands release, lift your gaze. Drop your shoulders, thumbs point back. Your heart is lifted, but the back of the body stays long. Back of the neck is long, and bend the left knee. Press the top of your right foot down. Right into the fingers, that charge. And set it down. Downward facing dog. We will rinse it out. A regular vinyasa, walk your feet to your hands or jump, lift halfway, fold all the way down. Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up hard, stand up. Thumbs to the chest, legs strong, sweep up. Good. Bend the knees, hands wide, fold. Lift halfway. Left foot steps, right foot steps, all the way flat to the floor. Hips on the floor, cobra. Flat down. Bend knees, press back, downward facing dog. All the way up. All the way up. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Heel on the mat, toe turns away, just as we warmed up, but this time we've made more space in the hips. You will have one block easy to access up for your right hand. Now bring your forearms down. Your right toe turns out to 2 o'clock. Your elbows and your fingertips turn to 10 o'clock. And the back foot goes down the middle to 6 o'clock. And your right hand comes onto that right thigh and you start to turn. Look towards the front of the mat and turn to see your gaze. You're looking forward. You're looking forward. Where are you going? Right hand high. Right hand. Start a circle at the very edge of what you can reach and let that circle open it a little bit more. Right knee goes right. Right hand goes left. Deep, press the top of the left foot down. Bring your right hand down. Now we take the block. Tuck your left toes under and lift off. Now the block may go on its side or on its tail. So if I was on the that side, I would go there. Or I can set it up higher. Good. Now right hand to the thigh. So I have a support. Left foot stays on the floor. Left leg is strong. Now the right hand comes high. Take your heart back. Turn your palm to the front. And stay 3. Slowly reach overhead out to 10 o'clock. Stay 2. Opening through the outer right hip. Bend the right knee forward, the back heel back. Turn of the chin, turn of the jaw. And the right hand coming down. Reach back, remove the block, set it down. Set yourself hands and knees. Good. Put a block underneath your left hand. Pivot your left toes out to the left, right foot flat. And now open what you just made and stabilize it. Right foot to the floor. Left hand down, press your left toes down. Good. Keep it all. Right elbow to left knee, curl. Inhale, open. Now we flush. Exhale, round your back as though you were trying to bring your nose to your heel. The left toes are tucked under and that will help you tremendously. We just say 5. Open and close through that right side body, right outer hip. 3, 2, and 1. Instead. Turn the pelvis, pivot your left toes a little closer to the blocks on your left hip forward. Open the pelvis, open the heart. And the right hand comes down. Set your block in front of the left side, downward facing dog. Now feel through the right hand, right hip, right heel. Feel the breath move through the right side body.
Feel the palm of the hand and the sole of the foot turn to the chin. We're coming into cleaner, closer contact with ourselves. That's the purpose of these movements, is to remember. Walk it up, one vinyasa. Bend to the knees, hands wide, sit down, sweep up. Inhale, open. Palms to the chest. Sweeping up. Bend to the knees, hands wide, sit down, fold down. Stepping back, high plank, your choice. Chaturanga or to the floor, upward facing or cobra. And downward facing dog. Left foot steps up outside of the left hand. Right knee down. So the left toes turn to 10 o'clock. You'll turn your elbows down and your fingers to 2 o'clock. Put the top of your right foot flat back at 6 o'clock. So this may be a great place where you stay. Take your left hand to your left thigh and look forward. Look towards that 2 o'clock and keep looking at the 2 o'clock and try to look to 2:30 and then look to 3 o'clock. Look to 3:30. The left knee's going left and the left hand comes up high. See where you can go. Coming into contact with ourselves, melting down layers and layers of impediments. Turn to the chin, loosen the jaw. Good. Bring your left elbow down. Pause. Right toes tucked under. Now this is where we add a block. So you take that block, remember, on its side or on its tail, and you put it underneath the middle of your right thigh. So that's on its side. That is on its tail. I put my right forearm back down as I can. Toes tucked under, reach into your right heel, firm the right leg. Firm the right leg. Left hand comes up high. And start a soft circle right at the edge of what you can find, what you can do. And let that circle help you to explore and open the horizon a little further. Good. And the left palm reaches. Turn to the chin. Left hand down. Remove the block. Hands in knees. And right away, I will turn this so you can see. Right hand has the block, right toes turn to the right, left foot flat. Left foot flat, left hand flat. And we use this to flush it out, in and over, out and down. Putting the whole of your left foot flat to the floor. And from the surface of the floor, through the hip, through the heart, tuck your chin, try to draw your chin to your heel. Let the whole thing collapse a little more fully and begin to revolve. 3, 2. Last time. Foot to the floor, hands extend. Pivot your right foot toward the block. Press your toes down, the hips, the heart, the hands. The stillness that keeps opening. Finding all your little left toes on the floor. And looking down, setting down. Find your dog for 3 breaths, then your child for 3 breaths. Left hand, left hip, left heel. Taking your time. Closing your eyes, a sensation, homecoming, returning, getting back inside a little bit deeper. Heart floats, the armpits are open, the knees are soft. And then knees wide, toes together. Child's pose, falling back. So if that was your 30 minutes, there you go. A little over. But it washed out what we've been doing. All those arm circles and squats can create some strain through the side body and the quadriceps. You're invited to stay, or you're invited to rest, giving yourself at least 3 minutes on your back. Hands and knees, down dog. We go up. Press. Your right foot steps up. You put both blocks inside your right foot. So I step my right foot up, I step my blocks, I sweep out wide, finding my warriors, finding my stance. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, set it down. Now we're going to stay in and out and down. Letting this pulse. Feel on the exhale your energy drop to your feet, your anchor. Feel on the inhale rise through the chest and the hands. Inhale. Exhale. Stay. Stay. Elbow to thigh, one time, sweep it over. Press into the left heel, feel it all. Right hand down to the blocks. Go a little further. Bend your right kneecap forward, press your left heel down. Bend your left elbow to tap your right shoulder and straighten. Bend your left elbow, tap your shoulder and straighten. Look up. One more. Bend your left elbow, tap your shoulder and look up. Good. Left hand wide. Warrior two. Straighten your leg, build your triangle, right hand down. Left hand sweeps over the top, and the left hand sweeps back to your hip. Up and over. Right from the outer hip, outer shoulder, outer fingertips. And back down, looking down at the head. Sweeping overhead, looking up. Sweeping back, looking down. We'll stay overhead. Just for 3. Press the feet down into the floor, scissor the thighs. That sensation that we warmed up with crossing the heels on our back. Imagine crossing your heels right here. And the left hand comes down. Changing, stepping back, downward facing dog. High plank. To dog, bend of the knees. Straighten your legs, press. In dog. Press plank. In dog. Press plank. One more. Press plank, stay 5. Breathe in. Breathe out, tuck at the chin, back of the neck is long. Everything you've made, find this now in your body. Strong, steady, let the charge build, let the discomfort build. Breathe into it. Turn to the chin. And downward facing dog. Pedal it out, now out through the feet. Out through the feet, bend the knees. See the bend of your joints and your toes. All the way to the tips of your toes, wag the tail turn of the chin and pause. Letting your left foot step up between your hands. Step your blocks inside. Sweep wide. Reach tall. Float up and float down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Get lighter. Exhaling, navel to spine. Inhale, draw your inhale down to the navel. Exhale, draw the exhalation, navel to spine. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, breath to the navel. Space of transformation. 2 more. Float, float, quicken. That's it, that's it. There we go. And stay. And stay. Elbow to thigh. Over and over and over and over.
So add in the blocks. If you need to, stand your block up high. Left hand on the block means 40% of your weight is in your hand, and there's less in your left hip, which means your left hip is free to draw the left knee forward and a little more space in the hip. See how you can move? Good, right hand reaches. So support of the left hand, support of the right foot, and then bend your right elbow, tap your left shoulder, and extend looking up. Exhale, tuck of the chin, tap your shoulder, and open. Inhale, open. Exhale, tap. All the ways we bind ourselves. Let it go, one more tap. Sweep wide, stand tall. And triangle, hand down. And just flush it out, hand over and hand to hip, looking down. Hand over, looking up. And hand down, scissor the thighs. Feel your spine in line between the top of your head and the base of your spine. Scissor your heels and your thighs towards that center line. Last time, looking down, sweeping over, looking up, scissor the thighs. Feel the strength of the legs, creating a little rinse through the chest. And the hands coming down, you're facing. Step it back and press it out. Wag it down. So we are ready to get a little deeper, a little juicier. And you'll step your left foot in front of the blanket and just pivot on your feet, sitting down. Right, and turn your heels in, your toes out a little bit, and right under your knees. Stand it up tall, right? But you can tell what's coming. Wag the tail. Wag the tail. Now, if you get stuck or you get sticky, see how I can lift my toes and move through my heels, move through my knees. Now bring your heels down and bring your hips down. How I can move from side to side. Good. You get stuck, you're going to come and just move your way back in. For now, you're holding a great ball. On the exhale, you drop down and go a little bit side to side. Okay, inhale up. Exhale down, a little bit side to side. Settle in, settle in, settle in, settle in. Inhale, rising up a little bit. Exhale, bringing it down. Pulse. So let the pulse start large. Shake it out the hands. Rebuild what you need to. Let the pulse be large. And in the large pulse, there's a lot of space for release. There's a charge and then there's a release. Palms face forward now. And down. And down. And that pulse starts to get a little smaller. And a little smaller. And a little smaller. Stay in your heels. Your toes are loose. And bring it back into the ball and stay an inch. And an inch. And an inch. And an inch, now sides. Ha! Fire, right? Fire. Bigger breath. Rather than holding onto your thighs, let it move. Just gonna be here, 3 more breaths. 3, 2. Stand up tall, shake it out. Turn your toes to face forward. You're the width of the blanket. And just a big reverse circle. Reverse circle each one. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Come up out of your thighs, out of your navel, out of your shoulders, out of your breath. Ha, 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 ha. Really roll the shoulders. Ha, 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 ha. 3, 2, 1. Left hand high, touch your right shoulder. Right hand holds the left elbow tip. Touch the spine. Step your right foot to the center of your blanket and lift your heel and press your left heel down into the floor. So your right foot is a little higher and that brings your right hip up and that brings your left elbow up and your left heel down and down and down. And let it out. Ha, 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 ha. ha, 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 ha. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand up. Bend your elbow, touch your shoulder. Left hand, hold your right elbow, go up. Step your left foot to the middle of your blanket. Right foot down into the floor. Left heel up, right foot down, right elbow up. Hand to the spine. So your right foot goes down. Excellent. And shake it out. 2 circles. So we'll take those circles, step to the top of your mat, little reverse circle, so that you can cross your right elbow under your left. Oh, you're not warmed up. And your right hand holds your left wrist, like this, you see? And the left hand makes a fist. Elbow up, chin in. So keep this and step your right foot wide. Wider than the blanket, good. Knees soft. Bring your elbows down the middle. Bend your right knee. Bring your elbows towards your ankle. Straighten the left leg. Center. Bend your left knee. Bring your elbows to your ankle. We breathe. Inhale, center. Exhale, ankle. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ankle. Inhale, center. Elbows up. Exhale, right ankle. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ankle. Center. Now heel toe your feet. Drop your heels in, your toes out, sit down, just as we did in Goddess. Elbows up, sit down. Elbows up, sit down. Tuck your chin. Elbows up. Now look up. Chin up, elbows up, feet down. Stand up so tall. Keep the arms, step to the top of the mat. Heels down, legs long. Release your hands, your elbows, and your arms. Open your hands. And keep dropping the shoulders down your back, dropping the heels into the floor. All the ways in which we bind ourselves, stories, thoughts, plans, expectations, disappointments, out. Shake your hands, shake your feet. Reverse circles. Exhale, 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 exhale. Go. Ha, 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 ha. 3, 2, 1. Left elbow is under the right. Left hand holds the right wrist. Right hand makes a fist. Elbows up, seat down. Step in the other direction. So your left foot steps wide this time. And then we'll turn this way. Good. Folding over, same thing. Bring your elbow to your ankle and float through center. Become stronger in your feet. Become longer in the inner and outer thigh. Float your elbows a little bit forward as you find center. Where can you go? How does the movement around this bind create more space in the bind? Finding center. Heel toe your feet, one step, drop your seat, lift your elbows, sit down, elbows up, chin up, sit down, elbows up, chin up. Feel the charge, squeeze the arms, hands up, chin up, and stand up, stand up, stand up. Press your feet into the floor, use your glutes, press your feet into the floor. And then step to the top of the mat. Open your hands, your elbows, and your palms. The legs clear, body strong. Shake out your hands, shake out your feet. Just interlace your fingers behind you, right to the webbing. And draw your knuckles down your back. Roll the shoulder back and down, roll another shoulder back and down. Knuckles down, heart high. Pausing there, firming your palms together as you can, firming your forearms towards each other as you can, weighting the heels, toes up. Try to pull your heels wide and your toes down.
Just stand with the front body open. Draw your ribs back towards your arms. Draw your heart up and your chin in. Back of the neck is long. Back so the spine is long. Good. Widen your feet. Soften your knees. Lift your seat. Open your palms. Bend your elbows. And then rolling your belly down your spine as you can. Rock side to side. Bend the knees, hands down, heart up, and do that again. Chest is broad. Sit down. Seat back. Roll down, hips up, hands overhead, elbows wide as you need. Hands down. Sit it down. Release your hands. Come onto your back heartbeat. Hands overhead. Chest is long, belly is long, body is so quiet, but busy. There is much talk of self-care, hands on thighs. The body is constantly caring for us. You get a cut, and it heals you without thinking, without stopping your work. So our job really is to create an environment where the constant care of the self can just blossom. And what you're doing right now is making space and momentum for the tension in your body to heal. Elbows down, heels under your knees, press your elbows, lift your hips. Tuck the shoulder. I'm just going to roll down a beat like our Kundalini. Press your heels down to lift your hips. Roll down. Press your heels down to lift your hips. Your low back is at ease. Press your elbows down to lift your heart. Tuck a shoulder, tuck another, and roll down. Heels down, elbows down, hips up hard. And roll down. Elbows down, peeling up. Press. Staying right here. Let your hips soften. And press your left heel down. And then press your right heel down. As you press your left heel down, your left hips up. And soften. And then your right hips up. And then you soften. And then you press. And the right and both. Staying here or interlacing your fingers. Walk your shoulders closer. Press down into the pinky edge. Stand in your heels. Inner thighs falling in. Heart is long. The toes are long. The low back is long. A little pull of the heels toward the shoulders. And you release, elbows widen, hands down, hands on thighs, press away. Right knee to your chest. Interlace your fingers over the shin, keep it close. Left leg long. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. A little deeper, just drawing your right shin as close to your body as you can. Letting the left leg rinse it out. And then the left heel comes down. Pausing. Press. Change. Right leg out. Interlace your fingers over your left shin. Keep it close. Left heel, right heel high. Exhale down. Two. Keeping the left shin as close to your body as you can for one. Heel down, a little squeeze of that left thigh, bring it in. Again, 2 knees bent, 2 feet flat, pause, hands to the thighs, press it out. If you have a blanket, as we move towards shoulder stand, and have you change the position of the blanket. If you don't have a blanket, we'll be right there. So that the fold of your blanket, I have a fold, and then I have an open end. So I want the fold of the blanket pointing towards the head of the mat. When I lie back, the top edge of my shoulders meets the top edge of that fold. If you have a ponytail or a hair clip, set it down. So the top edge of my shoulders meets the top edge of that blanket, elbows down. So that you can simply walk your feet in, pull the backs of your knees. This could be your posture, or elbows down, lift the hips, hold the backs of the hips. This can be your posture. So good. And just allowing the back of the spine to become long, resting in the back of the heart, floating and inverting all the fluids of the legs. To go further, lifting the hips by pressing your elbows down. Walk the shoulders a little closer like bridge, and then begin to reach through the balls of your feet. Wherever you've gone, perhaps a bend in the right knee. Press the left leg out. So this is how we were lying, but we had our right hand on our right shin just now. Reach your right toes overhead. And as you press your toes perhaps to the floor, square your left hip, reach into the toes. So from the left toes, left hip, left shoulder, as long as it can be. Right foot off the floor, and change, soften in the middle. Right leg extends, left knee drops, press into your right foot. Let the left toes drop toward the floor. Doesn't need to get there. Hips up, maybe toes to the floor, and then pressing the base of your right big toe into the ceiling. Opening the upper back into the brain. Bending the left knee. Put the soles of your feet to touch. Press your heels to touch. And then widen your heels out to the side, pressing into the feet, flexing the toes, zip it up the middle. Bend of the knees, let your hips drop, let your knees drop. Take your time, use your hands to bring it down. Hips to the floor, heels down, hands to thighs. Pause. Releasing your hands, eyes stay closed. That we can use that charge to give us strength. We can come to this really sweet, clear stillness. So if this is where you stop, awesome, complete, hands to body, legs out long, rest here, 3 to 5 minutes. Going on, I will go from a single pigeon to a double pigeon to a seated breath. So going with me, you just draw yourself up to a seat and fold your blanket in half from front to back. A long, narrow rectangle, nice and thick. And then you step yourself over it and find your down dog. And we'll build our pigeon. Good. You'll step your left knee behind your left wrist, up over that blanket, so that your outer shin is to the floor. Walk your right foot back until your hips can be supported by the blanket. If you need to, you can have a block under your hip. If you need to, you can fold the blanket in half one more time to support the left hip. And then having the blocks in front of you if you still have them. Right hand on the block, top of the right foot flattens. That sends the right hip forward, and the left hand is on the left thigh. And as you roll the left thigh to the left, it opens all the way to the floor of the pelvis. We walk forward. Fingertips. Starting on the forearms, shall we? If it's too far, the block is a perfect place to rest your elbows. Pressing the top of the right foot down, wraps your right hip forward. You may be on your elbows, you may be on your hands. Wherever you are, you're going to walk over and lay the body over the left thigh or towards the left thigh. So the right hand can go long, and you're spinning your right side body long and opening the right side hip. Deepen your breathing. And into the center. And to the right. So now we're folding, perhaps elbows down. Navel belly towards the foot. You can just open the door. Just open the door. Kitty conundrum. And back into the center. Sitting up tall. Let your right hand be on the floor or your right hand on the block. And just begin to turn. Now you may work there. Reach your hand back. Catching your thigh. Press and turn. We'll change sides and put the left hand down. Put the right hand back. Squaring the hips, squaring the chest. And as you release your foot, just lean to the left and bring it across to the front. Putting your right shin in front of the left, let yourself cross legs. Sit in the middle of the blanket, heart high. Hands to the block. Elbows to the block. And very similar, we're coming into the way we warm up for our Kundalini. You may stay right here or pivot your right forearm across that block. Fingertips on the floor. Turn the other way so you can see. Hand to thigh. Or right hand high. We'll bring that left hand down in front of right. Sweep it open. Bring it down. Inhale. Exhale down. Last time. Bring it up. Turn your right thumb back, left thumb back. You're going to bend your elbow, put it to the mid back, or even if you can, reach around yourself to hold your right thigh. Releasing. Stay up tall. Taking your time, lean. Back through pigeon, hands down, downward facing. Right knee behind your right hand. Right shin down. Walk the back thigh back. Let your hips find the blanket. Folding the side of the blanket in and under if you need more support under that hip. So that your right hip finds the floor. Top of the foot down. Top of the foot down sends your left thigh forward, blocks are out in front. Sit yourself a little taller, keep the left hand on the block, put your right hand on your right thigh, press away. Feel the front of the pelvis widen. Letting your breath open the inside of the shape. Walk your fingertips forward. Forearms may come to the block, or forearms may come to the floor. And then we'll step our bodies over the right side. Reach the left hand out as you can, holding down. And that opens from your left hip, through the left chest, through the left fingertips, to the left toes. Across the center. Folding over your right foot, forearms down, or reaching out through the fingertips, keeping the left leg nice and strong. The breath full. If it's too far, always have a little bit of support. You can have your hands on blocks. Right? Making your way in and around. Back into the center. Taking that moment. Pause here. Left hand on a block. Right hand to reach back. You can simply set it on your right hip. Turn the chest. Or try bending your knee. This side is a difficult turn because you're turning against the boundary of your right thigh. But as you press your foot, turn your navel, press your foot into your hand, let your chest rub. Go where you can. To release. And the right hand comes down, and the left hand reaches back. And you catch the inner ankle, and you press into the hand. Hips are square, chest is square. Flex your foot. And then down. Rock your weight to your right hip and cross your left shin in front of your right. And have your heels under your knees. Simple cross-legged seat, sitting right in the middle of the mat. Hands on thighs, let it settle. Any tension, any holding through the mid-back. Breathing out. Inhale up the front, down the back on the exhale. Hands to the blocks forward. Finding your way in as you can. Toes point forward. You're on the outer edges of your feet, and your outer knees are coming down. My elbows are supported. And my right forearm comes down, and my left hand comes up high. My left forearm in front of the right, and then fall. Opening. Closing. Opening. So we're getting this rinse right out through the chest, where the spine is most mobile right now. Chest, the throat, back, the neck. One more. Staying with left hand high. Or turn your thumb to point back. Take the back of your hand to your mid-back. Or snake it around. So that you can find a bind. Left hand finding the right inner thigh. Work into it as you can. Making space. A little forward, a little back. A little side to side. And then let it become still. Releasing the left hand. Sitting up tall, set your blocks aside. Legs open out to the front as if into dog, so legs are strong. Hands are strong into the blanket, heart up, chin in. Becomes clear. Your hands press down into the base of your thumbs. Your legs extend into the base of your big toes, your inner heels, the base of the little toes. Yeah. Your weight is even left and right. Press the hands, press the feet. Heart up, chin in. Stay so strong. Tadasana, staff. Posture of equilibrium and return. Keep this, and your heart starts to lead you forward, fingertips out to the side. If you need to, your knees bend. Fingers wide in line with your shoulders, lead with your heart, lead with your gaze. Heart up, and then lengthen the back. Lengthen. Lengthen, fingers walking forward. Fingers walking forward. Until perhaps your hands are in front, perhaps your hands hold your heels or they stay out wide. Sit your seat back, your heart out long, your shoulders soft. Back of the neck long. Stay flat. Stay forward. Three. Two. Walk yourself up. Cross-legged seat. Let your heels come in a little more. Feeling the length you've made through the legs, the length you've built through the heart and the spine. And tiny rinse, tiny little rinse. Set us up for our breath. And just put your fingertips to your shoulders. If you can't go to your shoulders, go to your ribs. On the left, and the right. In, out, in, out, in, out. Exhale. Close your eyes. Be soft. Loosen your chin. Loosen your face, your expression, your plans, your opinions. Turn from the navel. Be turned. Be less defensive in your body, less fearful. As though you couldn't just suddenly fall out of your life. Somehow we're afraid of this. Wrist rises over the elbow. Inhale left, exhale right. Looser. Good, good. Bring your hands up high, interlace your fingers, point at the sky, a little left, a little right. In, out, in, out, in, out, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The heart comes up, the back of the neck is long. 3, 2, hands up high, biceps in. Heart up, chin in, reach tall. When you breathe out, it's going out the top of your head, chin up. And exhale, elbows down, eyes closed. The heart is up, the chin lightly in, the back of your neck is long. Take your right fingertip and place it at the notch of your throat. And this will be 1. Draw a line down your fingertip just over your heart, and this will be 2. And down to your solar plexus where your rib cage comes together, and then a little lower, right there. This will be 3. So notch of the throat is 1, over the chest is 2, solar plexus is 3. Right hand down. When you inhale at the collarbones at 1. You inhale again at the ribs, 2. You inhale again at the base, and then you exhale from 1, you exhale from 2, and you exhale from 3. So you in 1, in 2, in 3. Out 1, out 2, out 3. Keep it going. Your goal is to become smooth. Let it get a little bit bigger. Eyes closed, just paying attention into the collarbones, into the chest, into the solar plexus. That you are creating this internal expanse that becomes available. The whole body is ready. One, 2, 3. In 1, 2, 3. Out 1, 2. If every once in a while it needs a bigger, smoother place, let it just breathe. This is not about precision or punishment. This is you exploring and slowly crafting a very steady experience of your breathing. There is a lot of pressure and a lot of change in our system right now, the system we share. And if you can slow and deepen and clarify your breathing, your mind will be capable of less defensive thinking, less habitual thinking, better listening, more kindness, more possibility, more intuition. You're just going to go 1 more full round of inhale and exhale. And at the end of your exhalation, your hands rest, your eyes are closed, and you feel the change in your body. The ease and the alignment that you may have achieved. The back of the neck continues to grow long. Very softly, very lightly, continue that flow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The placement of the breath matters. Now you may rest back in Shavasana. I will do 3 rounds of alternate nostril breathing from this place. If you have been upset or distressed in the last week, I would offer you these 3 simple rounds to very much mend your mind. So either lying back or with me, right hand to rise. Bring your first 2 fingers together and fold them to your palm. Bring your pinky and your ring together. Take the tip of your right thumb. Lightly close your right side nostril. Breathe in the left. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out the left. Top, middle, bottom. And again.
Just breathing in the left side nostril, no change in the breath, no difference. Release the right. Cross over the tip of your ring finger, your right ring finger, closes the left side, and you breathe in right. You breathe out right. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in right. 2, 3. Breathe out right. 1, 2. So this is our breath. In right. 2, 3. Close right, open left, out left. 2, 3. In left. 2, 3. Close left, out right. 2, 3. In right. Close right, out left. 2, 3. In left. 2, 3. Close left, out right. 2, 3. In right. 2, 3. Close right, out left. 2, 3. In left. 2, 3. Close left, out right. 2, 3. Release your hand, eyes closed, normal breathing. Chin lightly in, back of the neck long. Sit is clear, seat is clear. May we be guided. May we be unbound from the ways of our minds and our choices that no longer serve. May we be enfolded in care and guidance. May we breathe it in. May we know it fully. May we trust it when we have questions. You may stay seated or lie back. The full body to the floor, just 3 minutes of rest, 3 minutes of quiet. And as you start out, see if you can find collarbones, ribs, solar plexus, emptying from collarbones to ribs, solar plexus. In 1, in 2, in 3. Out 1, out 2, out 3. And then letting that slowly diminish. Beginning to deepen your breathing. Taking your hands overhead, reaching up. We are blessed to be alive today, standing in our full beauty and height. Walk your feet in, bend your knees, hold your shins side to side. We are blessed to be alive today, standing in our full beauty and height. Roll yourself to your seat, sitting tall. We are blessed to be alive today, standing in our full beauty and height. Sweep your hands up high, bringing your palms together, and then bring them down the middle. But this is everything our practice asks to provide for us, that we remember we are alive. We are tall and beauty. We have stature and height. 3 ohms, inhale wide, A in the belly, U in the chest, M in the head. Hands to your forehead center. We are blessed to be alive today. Standing tall in our beauty and power. Satnam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. Have a fantastic weekend. Loves, play it back anytime. There's a 30-minute, there's a 60-minute, there's a 90-minute. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for Kundalini. Replay it when you choose. 2:45 is the yogaworks.com class. So I will teach one last time from the Federal Hill Studio. YogaWorks Federal Hill Studio is closing. I'm the last teacher to teach the last online class there. It'll be asana to honor Saturday, and it will be Kriya Kundalini to honor Sunday mornings. On my website, marthamcalvin.com/how-to has the information that you need. Load the playlist and make sure you have Zoom, and then you can click into the yogaworks.com website. So if any of those, you can try all of that today. If you can't get in, then there's an email there. You email Olivia, and she will give you a free pass for the day, free access to the class. And let me know if you need anything else, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.